again into his eyes, and it was like looking into a forest. Behind a tree, she saw a fox. Here, the flash of some bird. There, a young fawn.
Beauty,
He said softly.
will you be my wife?
Dear beast, you know I cannot. She dreamed that night that she rode on the back of a wolf in the arms of a handsome stranger, a prince, through a fantastic forest of vines and flowers. Ahead of them flew the nightingale. Then she heard her father calling her. Beauty! Beauty! With his voice growing fainter and fainter. She woke and realized that it had been weeks since she'd thought of him. "Oh, Father," she said aloud, "if only I could see you." She glanced into the mirror by her bed, and there she saw her father. He looked old and sick. His lips moved, speaking her name. She burst into tears, and that evening when the beast appeared, she fell to her knees and said, "Please, beast, let me go to my father. I'm afraid he is dying." "Just for 1 week," said Beauty. "He needs me, and I miss him so."
I am only a beast. But I would die if you left me, Beauty.
She was awakened that night by mournful howls and the sound of something crashing through the woods. She left her bed and hurried through the moonlit maze until she stood in the rose garden. The beast stepped out of the black shadows.
Beauty, he said, you may go to your father for 1 week. But if you stay away longer, I will surely die. Take this ring, leave it on your table, and you will wake in your father's house.
"Oh, thank you, dear beast. Thank you." She took the beast's hand and kissed it and smelled the forest. She felt the coarse fur and the sharp claws.
I am ugly. I am a beast and a fool. But Beauty, my heart is good.
She looked into his eyes and almost wept. She saw such pain.
Beauty, will you be my wife?
"Dearest beast," she answered, but looked away and shook her head. Returning to her room, she put the ring on her table, and when she awoke, she was indeed at her father's house. "Beauty," cried her father, "you're alive! Oh, dear Beauty, you will make me well again." When she looked around, she saw the house was now richly furnished and handsome. "The morning you left," said her father, "I found this chest of gold on the doorstep, and no matter how much I spend, it's never empty." "And my sisters?" asked Beauty. "How are they?" "Thanks to the gold, they're both married now. I'll send for them." Edwina had married a handsome man who was vain and stupid, and Sybil had married a sly man who was mean and petty. The sisters were both miserable, and secretly hoped that Beauty had been torn to shreds by the beast. When they saw her, radiant and looking like a princess, it was all they could do to hide their jealousy and rage. "Oh, we've missed you so," they said. "And I've missed you, but I can only stay 1 week. The beast said he would die if I didn't return." "The evil thing," said Edwina.
Let him die. Yes, cried Sybil. Then his palace would be ours.
"And of course," added Edwina, "you would be free." "No," said Beauty. "He's been kind to me, and I promised." Her sisters stared at her. "You must be mad," they said. Later, Edwina drew Sybil aside.
She wants all the wealth for herself, the greedy pig.
"Yes," said Sybil.
Let's keep her here beyond the week. I could that the beast will die, or he'll tear her limb from limb for being late.
Perfect, said Edwina. So when the time came for Beauty to leave, her sisters rubbed their eyes with onion, and tears flowed.
Oh, please stay,
Blubbered Edwina.
please, sobbed Sybil. For father's sake.
Beauty smelled the onion and doubted her sister's tears, but her father wept too. She found herself staying another day, and then another, until the beast and his palace began to seem unreal, like some children's fairy tale. After 10 days, she had a dream. She was alone at the beast's table, but it was dark and cold. From far off, she heard a pitiful groaning. "Beast, is that you?" she asked. "Beast? Answer me. Forgive me for staying away so long." But she heard the groans growing weaker and weaker. "Don't die, Beast! Don't die!" cried Beauty, running frantically through the moonlit maze. Then she heard the nightingale singing. "Dearest Beauty, the hour is late. Happiness won't always wait. Run to the center of your own heart's maze. There find love for all your days." Beauty woke with tears streaming down her face. She put the beast's ring on her table and fell back asleep. When she woke again, she was in the beast's palace. She ran to the center of the maze. There in the rose garden, the beast lay sprawled in the moonlight, limp and motionless. "Oh, dearest beast," cried Beauty, please live, and marry me, and I'll never leave you again. I love you." At these words, the sun rose, and the great birdcage in the garden burst open. But Beauty barely noticed, for the beast had opened his eyes and looked at her. And as she watched his face, he was transformed into a young and handsome prince. "Dear Beauty," he said in a sweet voice, "your love has saved my life and changed me from a beast to a man who can love you in return." He embraced her, and they wept happily. "It was your heart I loved," said Beauty. "Your heart was always kind." "My heart was always yours," said the Beast Prince, as he took her hand and led her up the stairs of the palace. The doors swung open, and there stood Beauty's father and family. Over them hovered the nightingale who had brought them there. "Dearest Beauty, full of grace, your heart's as lovely as your face. You freed the prince, transformed the beast. Now all may dance at your wedding feast." They were married that very day. Everyone laughed and cried. Everyone, that is, except the sisters, who were rigid with jealousy and rage. "Dear sisters," said Beauty, "give up your jealousy and hate. Open your hearts, and my happiness can be your own." But the sisters refused, and in moments, beginning with their hearts, they turned to stone. They became two statues at the doors of the palace. There they stood, through the years, and watched as Beauty and the prince filled the palace with laughter, children, and roses. The prince and Beauty lived long and happily, and their story lives after them, and it always will, as long as there is someone to tell it and someone to listen.